my dear friends. Today we will discuss the novel Kantapura written by Raja Rao. Raja Rao was a contemporary of Mulk Raj Anand and R.K. Narayan. He was a great novelist, he was a short storyteller, and he is a child of Gandhian age because most of his novels are inspired by the Gandhian philosophy, and his other works are The Serpent and the Rope, it is written in 1960s. The Cat and the Shakespeare, it is written in 1965. The Cow of the Barricades, it is written in 1947. And The Cow of the Barricades, it is a collection of short stories. In his works, Raja Rao hails from the Mysore states. So most of his novels are about Indian villages and Indian cultures. In his novels, he portrays a strange depiction of Indian home that is caught between Western impact and native reactions. So in this novel, Kantapura, Raja Rao snaps the strangeness, the sadness, the horror and the glory of Indian home. Raja Rao was basically an Indian English writer. In his novels, he depicts the myths of Indian culture, Indian philosophy. In this particular novel, Kantapura, Raja Rao depicts the tremors of Gandhian impact on a South Indian village that are recorded here in Chetty's language of elderly widow. We see everything through the film of her memory. So here the narrator is an old lady. In this there is a mixture of fact, fancy, poetry and whimsy. Kantapura is, we can say that it is a remarkable in many ways that the theme is the impact of Gandhi's name, and the idea is very obscure because this lady, the narrator, she depicts, she is a grandmother and she is a storyteller, and the story, the way she depicts, it is a manner of her storytelling that she characterizes Indian feminine mentality, Indian feminine perception, and in this she adds gods, gestures, historic personalities, and all. Now we should move towards the theme of this novel, Kantapura. Kantapura may be summed up as Gandhi and or village, but the style of the narration that makes the book more a Gandhian Purana than a piece of fiction. It looks like it is more about the Gandhi. It is more about the Gandhian philosophy. Gandhi is invisible God and Murti is visible avatar. So Gandhi and Murti both are here portrayed as Gandhi is invisible. We cannot see the Gandhi, but Murti is visible. He is the incarnation of Gandhi. The reign of the red man is ostrich rule, and it is resisted by the Devas, the Satyagrahis. The character in this novel are sharply divided into two camps. One is the rulers, and the on the another hand the Satyagrahis, and their or we may call them sympathizers on the another hand. There are various other divisions too. One is orthodoxy, that is pitted against reform, exploitation against sufferance, the planter against coolies, the corrupt official against self-respective villagers. So this is the theme that is portrayed by in Kantapura by Raja Rao. But these lines grew hazy when the main issue between bureaucracy and Satyagrahi is joined. For now, most people are on the one hand barricades. It also talks about 1930s when Gandhi marches with his select band of followers to salt pans at Dandi to break the salt laws. So it also gives some reflection of Indian freedom movement. Suddenly the entire country is engaged in passive resistance of alien authority. Salt is manufactured in open defense of government for and this rule is broken and toddy shops are pocketed. What happens in Kantapura is by no means a unique exception, but the telling of this story gives whole affair an enthusiastic, at least a Puranic. It is a kind of myth. It is kind of Puranic like Mahabharata and Ramayana. The narrative is hardly very straightforward because there are some involutions and digressions. There are meaningful backward glances, like sometime Rachna, sometime Chandra, Madana, and Sitama. There are hypnotic repetitions and reference, and they are sometimes it gives a poetic iridescence. This village, Kanthapura, it is a picturesque region. It gives an epoch of social and political change. So it represents a whole complex of character and motive. And it gives a reason and it gives a superstitions about villagers of our Indian society. It is a we may call it a superstitious quality of Indian poor villagers. They are uneducated, so it is a kind of demand for recognition and acceptance. It is a kind of moral instruction given by Raja Rao that people were hanging between these two words. Although Raja Rao has put the story into the mouth of a grandmother, but the feminine touches and mannerism, the seemingly effortless rotation of tongue, the meandering of sentences, these are a kind of a thing that Raja Rao makes this novel very interesting. Murthy is Gandhi's man and he is Satyagrahi. We may call him the leader of non-violent movement in Kantapura. So he is like Gandhi. There is at the order extreme. Sometimes he becomes extreme like and there is another character, Bad Khan, the policeman who is the symbol of oppression, the soulless bureaucracy that made visibly repulsive. But the villagers are innocent. There is one more character in this story that is called Bhatta. He is the symbol of usury, the false orthodoxy, and somehow he is cunning. But there is ranch that is Gouda, the symbol of sense and solidarity. So all type of characters are there in this novel. The river Himavathi is herself a presence. It gives a goddess, Kanchama of the hill is a presence too. So it gives real type of Indian countryside, Indian villages. So I think this is clear till now. Next part of this novel we will deal in our next video. Thank you.